I'm Carrie Cootie. I am glad to be with you today, and I want to share a little bit about how we can purify the air in our home and why that's so important. And let me tell you a little bit about why I got started. This is actually one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to and really sought out to introduce essential oils into my home. About 6 or 7 years ago, I was blessed with a little baby girl, and I was very concerned about what was I bringing into my home and what environment was I creating for her. This was something that was really on my heart, and I knew I could do better, and I was just looking for a different solution. And I was so just blessed to bring essential oils into my home 6 years ago, and they have been such a blessing ever since. So I want to share with you today a few ways that you can look to purify the air in your home, why you would really want to do that as well. So let's dive in. So first off, let's look at why you would even want to think about the air quality in your home. Lots of times we don't really think about the air that we're breathing in every day. We're so busy and consumed with our lives and just moving at a fast pace, but it really would be worth your attention to really look and consider, what am I bringing to my home and what is the air quality like? I want you to consider the things that you're bringing in, what you're doing to really improve this air quality. One of the greatest things that I've introduced to my home is a diffuser. This is one of the easiest ways that I can improve the air quality in my home. It's such an easy thing to just set it and forget it. And I know with our busy lives, that's one of the things that I love doing, and it really allows everybody to benefit from what I'm putting in the air. So let's talk about what you might want to put in that diffuser. And essential oils are such a great choice to diffuse in your home because they have amazing benefits that can really clear the air. They can take smells out of the air. They can just make your home environment so much more inviting and have an aromatherapy effect every single day. You don't have to wait to go to a spa to have that in your home. You can have it every single day. Go to a spa to have that in your home. You can have it every single day with just something as simple as setting your diffuser. A few things that I love to put in my diffuser. Purify is one of my favorite oils to put in the diffuser. It's actually a blend of essential oils that smells wonderful and clean. I love to diffuse it maybe after I cook a meal. It really cleanses the air and it has that bright citrusy scent that I love so much. Another one of my favorites is lemon. I love to diffuse lemon when I just need a pick-me-up. It really just has that great warm and sunny feel to it. It really brings the mood of everybody up in your house, right? Let's talk about aromatherapy and how our kids might benefit from that. I know that my kids definitely do. I love diffusing that one. So another one that I love to diffuse is On Guard. It has many cleansing benefits, and I love that it gives our immune system a boost. So I love to diffuse that one. One add-on to that I love to put in there is Wild Orange. So putting those together is something that can really help cleanse and purify the air, and it just has that lovely scent to go along with it. And I love replacing candles, and this is one of the ones that I really enjoyed right when I first got started and had continued to enjoy that over the last 6 years. So let's talk also about other ways that you can improve the air quality and really clean the air in your home. I love to make a room spray. To really, when I first got started with essential oils, I was looking at all the products I had around and how I could replace those. I know many of you are probably looking to do the same thing. I used to love to spray room sprays in my kitchen, in my bedroom, in the bathroom, and so that was one thing that I was really looking to replace that I knew would be a great benefit to my home and really increase the air quality. I'll give you a little blend that I love to personally use in a room spray, and I would just simply add this to water, and you could just spritz it wherever you wanted it. So I love to add equal parts of Citrus Bliss, grapefruit, and Siberian fir to a little water and spray it around my house. It really is just a lovely effect in your home, and it just makes the air quality so much better and so much more inviting. I love the aromatherapy benefits that I get from that. So lastly, let's talk about other things that will improve the quality of the air in your home. I love to bring in plants to do this as well. And sometimes we really forget about how many benefits plants can have in our home to help improve the air quality. And I really have a brown thumb, I would say. So these plants that I'm going to share with you are pretty much foolproof, and I want you to be confident about bringing them into your home. You do have to water them, but other than that, they're going to be very resilient, and they're going to do a lot of of good in your home without you even really having to do much work to them, right? We're looking for easy ways that we can improve the air quality. When we bring in living green plants into our home, it really increases the air quality because what those plants do is they absorb the gases that are in our home, and that can improve the air quality. So if you're used to bringing in artificial plants because you think, I can't keep anything alive, I really want to encourage you to bring in some of these and replace those artificial plants with the living plants. So 3 of my favorites that you can really find anywhere are, first, a snake plant. This is probably my top favorite plant that I've brought into my home. They're pretty much, you can't really kill these plants. So I want you to know that, right? Feel confident about that. So a snake plant, easy to find. Also a peace lily, very beautiful and easy to keep alive. And then lastly, a fern. Those 3 plants, if you bring those into your home, not only are they going to make your home look great, I love adding greenery around my home. It's just another element to decorating. So when you bring green plants into your home, knowing that you're really doing something great for the air quality is awesome. I love a double duty thing in my home, and that's exactly what plants do for you. So I hope that you've enjoyed these tips today and you'll go out and implement something that I've talked about in a small way, and that's what it's all about, really making these small steps and being aware of what we're bringing into our home to really make our home happy and healthy.
Hey, I'm Julie Davey, and I've been using doTERRA for about 6 years now. I was introduced and I immediately fell in love. One of the important things to me as I was beginning to learn about the products was how I could use them in cleaning my home and in making it a little bit of a safer environment, free of toxins and chemicals, which as a mom and a wife was really, really important to me. And to learn that I could not only use these products to improve my health, to maybe support any issues that I had going on, but also to clean my home in not only a safe but effective way was just really exciting for me. I was thinking about a time when I used to not use such natural cleaning products. My kids are 12 now. I have twins, a boy and a girl. And I can remember a time when they were young and I would, use all the normal cleaners to clean my home. And I would have to go in the bathroom and actually lock the door so that they couldn't come in and be exposed to all those chemicals. And I distinctly remember, they'd tap on the door the whole time. And I distinctly remember feeling a little bit like short of breath. Sometimes my lips would even get tingly from the things that I was breathing in, and knowing that it wasn't really great for me, but again, I wanted my home to be really clean. I'm in the medical field. I'm actually a nurse practitioner, and I wanted to make sure that everything was really clean in my home. So once I began using doTERRA's products to clean, it was just really life-changing. So fast forward to now my kids are 12, and empowering them to learn how to clean their bathroom, clean the kitchen has just been really great. It makes me feel really good as a mom to be able to give them a cleaner to go and use to clean their bathroom, knowing that if they get something on their hands or what they're breathing in is super clean and it's actually not causing them harm, but actually has health benefits. That's pretty amazing. So I'd love to share kind of what my favorite cleaning products are that I use in my home. Probably the number one is On Guard Cleaner Concentrate. If you have just this one product, you can literally clean your whole house. So what I like to do is I like to just take about a 24-ounce spray bottle, and I'll put 2 tablespoons of the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate in, fill it with water, and that's kind of like an all-purpose spray. So that can be used in anywhere in your home, kitchen, bathroom. Now, if you want to upgrade that just a little bit, I'm going to share a secret with you. You can add a little bit of spearmint. Spearmint's really refreshing. It smells amazing. I'll add about 10 drops of spearmint to that spray bottle, and it really makes cleaning kind of a joy. It makes it fun. So that's kind of my little secret. Another way that I like to use the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate is in my laundry. It actually helps to kind of boost the laundry in terms of odors and stains. So I'll just put a little bit, maybe about a teaspoon in each load of laundry, just a little squirt out of the bottle, and that really helps to kind of boost the laundry. And if you have a stain, a specific area of stain on your clothing, I'll just put a couple of drops of the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate right on the area with a little bit of water, give it a little scrub, and that works really well. Now the next oil that I think is really essential to have on hand is lemon. Lemon is really uplifting, it's super bright. All of these oils really help to kind of rid your home of any icky stuff that you don't want around, so to speak. So lemon I like to use in the kitchen especially because it's great to cut through grease and oil. If you've been cooking something, it really is a great degreaser. It also works really well for cleaning windows and glass. So kind of a little preparation that I like to make is just a simple spray bottle with half vinegar, half water, maybe 10 drops of lemon essential oil, and now you've got a cleaner that you can clean surfaces with it as well, but glass and mirrors, that works beautifully on. The next thing that I like to make is something to clean my bathrooms with, like sinks, toilets, tubs, showers. I like to make a little bit of a scrub. And this is just with simple household items that you probably already have, things like baking soda and vinegar. So I'll take a glass jar and I'll put some baking soda. You can really make as little or as much of this as you like because it stores really well. I'll put the baking soda in and then I'll start to pour the vinegar in. Now, of course, you have to be really careful with this because otherwise you're going to have a big explosion. So just a little bit of vinegar at the time as you stir, and then you get to kind of the consistency that you want, make a little bit of a paste. And then I'll add in my essential oils. I'll add lemon. Again, lemon, you'll hear me talk about it, use it for tons of different things, but about 10 drops of lemon in that. And then to that, my favorite thing to add is melaleuca or tea tree oil. The next thing that I like to make is something to clean my floors with. Now for hardwood, tile, it's again, just really simple. I take a big gallon of water, warm water, about a cup of vinegar, 10 drops of wild orange. That's my favorite to clean the floor with. So wild orange is very invigorating, it's uplifting, and it's just wonderful, it smells wonderful to clean your floors with. If you have carpet or rugs and you want them to be a little bit fresher, I like to make just a little carpet deodorizer. And that's simply baking soda, a few drops of lemon. You could also use wild orange in with that, and just sprinkle it right on the carpet and then let it sit for about 10 or 15 minutes and then vacuum it up. And that just freshens your carpet and just makes your house, gets rid of any odors and makes your home smell really good. The next thing that is really nice, I get asked about a lot is how do I clean my wood furniture? Sometimes we're used to the different sprays and things that we might use, to clean the wood in our home. I like to kind of make something that almost mimics that a little bit. So I'll take a small spray bottle, maybe 8 ounces, and I'll put about 1/4 of a cup of olive oil in that, and then fill it with water. And the 2 oils that I like to add to that, 2 essential oils, are lemon. Again, super fresh, works great. And then Arbor Vitae is another one. Arbor Vitae has a really woodsy, earthy scent, and it is really uplifting. So I like to add about 5 drops of the Arbor Vitae to that. And that will polish your wood. You only use a small amount at the time, so that works really well. And then probably the final essential oil that is kind of a must-have for me in keeping my home clean and rid of any icky stuff that I don't want there is Purify. Purify is known as the cleansing blend, and it has essential oils in it like lemon, lime, melaleuca, many of the ones we've talked about, and also Siberian fir, cilantro, And the thing that Purify is really great for is getting rid of odors. So one way that I love to use it is in my kitchen. You know, sometimes we cook things like fish, for instance, and we don't really want our home to smell like fish, right? So I'll just take my diffuser and put 2 or 3 drops of Purify in the diffuser and let it sit maybe overnight in the kitchen, and it just makes the whole kitchen, the whole home smell amazing. And then one final way to use the Purify that works really well is sometimes our trash cans don't smell really great. So I like to just take a paper towel, drop a few drops of Purify, 2 or 3 drops, put it right in the trash can, and then put my trash bag in there, and it just keeps all of the odors away. So those are my favorite ways to use essential oils to keep my home clean in a really safe and effective way. And also, I should mention that these solutions are extremely affordable. They're so much more affordable than maybe some of the chemicals and toxins that I used to use to clean my home. I hope that this information was helpful to you and that you will consider incorporating some of these tools into your home.
Hi, my name is Charla Snow, and I've been using doTERRA essential oils since late 2010, and I've been able to use essential oils in the most amazing and sometimes kind of unexpected ways. And I feel like I've become a bit of an essential oil expert in my own home. But there's one thing that I would say I'm actually maybe even a little bit more of an expert in. As a mom of 4 kids, very, very active kids that have all played sports all through high school, love to do things outdoors, and love to get really dirty, I would say I'm a bit of an expert in dirty, stinky, and really stained laundry. I would say probably most of us don't really love doing laundry, but I will say that I actually don't mind doing it anymore because I have some amazing tools that I'm going to be sharing with you today. So why does it even matter? Why should we care about our laundry products? I mean, they're all safe anyway, right? I'm sure if it's sold on the shelf that someone surely is checking the ingredients to make sure that they're safe. And I certainly don't have time to be out checking all of the ingredients to make sure it's something that I'd want to use in my home. So what's the big deal? Aren't they pretty much all the same anyway? Well, I used to feel the same way. And then I learned that that was actually not true. So here's the actually kind of scary part is that the laundry product manufacturers actually aren't even required to disclose all of the different ingredients on their label. And there's also a lot of confusing or misleading advertising that you see in this particular space. So for example, I remember when my first son was born, and this was a long time ago, but I was told that I needed to go out and buy this really special laundry soap that came in a pink box. And it was meant for babies specifically, and it was supposed to be gentler and safer and better. And so because it was gentler, I assumed that meant it would be safe. And later on, right, I did what I thought was best at that time, but later on I learned that particular product actually had many different chemicals in there, like fragrances, that I actually wouldn't use on my baby today. So when we know better, we actually start to do better. And I just did the best with the tools and the knowledge that I had back then. So yes, the dangers in the laundry products are really real. What happens is when we wash our clothes in traditional laundry products, we think that it's all being rinsed out in the rinse cycle, right? That soap and whatever we're using is being rinsed away. But in actuality, what happens is a lot of the product and also the chemicals gets left behind in the fabric. And that residue we then breathe in, and we end up having that brush up against our skin. And so when we start to sweat, that residue and those chemicals are absorbed into our body. So what are some solutions? What can we do instead? So today I'm going to be sharing with you 7 solutions that are going to help you to swap out products that you may have currently in your home for things that are more natural, things that are going to help you make your home safer. It's going to be also cheaper. It's going to be better for your clothes, and it's just going to create a healthier, safer environment for your family. Okay, so swap number 1 is going to be to swap out your laundry detergent for something that's safer. So You have a couple of options. You could make your own laundry detergent, which I did for years, actually, until doTERRA came out with this amazing product. So this is the On Guard Natural laundry detergent, and I want to share just some of the things I love about this particular product. So first of all, it's super, super concentrated. So you can see it's not a very big bottle, but that's because it's ultra concentrated and a little bit goes such a long way. For most loads, you only need to use about 1 tablespoon, and so you're actually getting 64 loads of laundry with this bottle. The next thing that I love about it is that it has a full 10 milliliter bottle of the On Guard essential oil in it. So all of those amazing cleansing properties that you find in the essential oils are going to be in your laundry detergent, which is going to make it smell really, really clean, but it's actually going to be really, really clean. The next thing that I love about the laundry detergent is that there are all natural other ingredients that are in it. Like one of my favorites are the enzymes. Now the enzymes, the purpose of those is to go in and to break up and eat away at the stains and also the odors. So enzymes are great at going in and dissolving grass stains or blood or dirt or any kind of like ice cream or anything that you eat. And so it really is fantastic being natural that it's actually able to get those stains and odors out. And I actually don't just use the laundry detergent for washing clothes. I've actually used it for because of those enzymes, for getting those tough stains out of rugs and carpets, and even in my car, where the kids have spilled food in the carpets or on the seats. It's great for getting those stains up as well. If you do want to make your own laundry detergent, you actually can do that. There's a recipe over on the doTERRA blog that you can go and check out. Swap number 2 is to change out your fabric softener with white vinegar. So fabric softener actually has a ton of nasty chemicals, and so vinegar is a great replacement for those fabric softeners. And all you have to do is put 1/4 cup of white vinegar into the dispenser in the area that says fabric softener. It's going to make your clothes softer, it's going to help remove static, and it's going to keep your machine clean and fresh as well. Swap number 3 is to swap out your stain stick or your pen, whatever it is, for a DIY homemade stain stick. And what all this is actually is just the On Guard laundry detergent in the concentrated form. And all I did was take a roller bottle and filled it about 3/4 of the way with the laundry detergent, and then topped it off with water just to make it roll a little bit so it would come out. That's why I just use a little bit of water. And this is a great stain stick. So if you're on the go or you're traveling, you can keep it in your purse or in your bag. And if you accidentally spill on your blouse or your shirt, you can just put a little bit of on there to pre-treat it so that the stain, that stain's going to come right out. Tip number 4 is to, of course, use essential oils. So think about those really smelly clothes that come home from the gym or from soccer practice, and you're just not even sure all of that odor is going to come out in the laundry. So what I like to do is take the kids' dirty socks or my yoga clothes and throw them into a bucket or throw them into the sink in the laundry room with a few drops of Melaleuca and let them just soak in there while I'm getting ready to do another load of laundry. So pre-soaking Melaleuca is amazing. Think about also those towels that you might leave in the washing machine just an extra day. What I like to do is add a few drops of Purify essential oil blend to my load to help just freshen up your towels in your laundry. Swap number 5 is going to be to make a bleach alternative. And the way that you do that is actually to use equal parts of hydrogen peroxide, the 3% solution, along with water. So maybe 2 cups of water, 2 cups of the hydrogen peroxide, and then you can either add a couple tablespoons of lemon juice or maybe a 1/2 teaspoon of citric acid. I use citric acid in this one, and also 10 drops of lemon essential oil. And you can use this instead of using bleach. And you don't have to worry so much about it hurting your colors either. So one maybe possible way that you would use that is if you have a baby and the baby eats bananas and it gets all over their white shirt, and you know what that's like, right? It's just this yellow mess all over the shirt. That would be a perfect solution for that. So with hydrogen peroxide, you want to always store it in a brown bottle, because if it's a clear bottle, it'll actually degrade faster. So if you store it in a brown bottle, it will last up to about 3 months. So tip number 6 is to swap out your fabric sprays or room sprays for a homemade DIY spray. I love this continuous sprayer that doTERRA makes, and all you need to do is fill it up with water and add a few drops of your favorite essential oil. I personally have this next to my bedside, and I keep it in it Serenity and Cedarwood. And I love it to spray down my sheets when I'm making my bed in the morning, just spray it down to make my bed. And when I'm turning it down at night, I give it a couple extra sprays, especially on the pillows, because it makes it smell amazing. But also what it really does is it helps me get a really restful sleep. Last but not least is swap number 7, and that is to trade out your dryer sheets for wool dryer balls. These are an amazing tool for a couple of reasons. So first of all, I love them because we get to make our laundry smell amazing by just adding a few drops of essential oils to the dryer balls. You can use lavender, you can use patchouli, you can use Serenity, you can use Balance, whatever it is that you love. I usually like to use the calming ones, especially for like my bedding and my sheets. But some other reasons why these are so great is they actually cut down your drying time by sometimes up to 50%, which just saves money on your electric bill, which is awesome. And it prevents your clothing from having those wet spots. You know, when you have your blankets and you pull them out and there's that big clump of big wet spot in your jeans and your blankets, it prevents that from happening. So it dries faster, it makes your clothes smell amazing, and it also reduces static. So there you have it. That's pretty much everything I use to make over my laundry room. A good detergent like the On Guard laundry detergent, an alternative to bleach, using the vinegar, using the dryer balls, having your stain stick. That's everything that I use. I like to keep everything simple. So hopefully those tips help you to make over your laundry room and to make your laundry time more fun, to make it safer, and to make it healthier for your family.